What am I looking for? There it is. Okay. I knew I had another charger. I just needed to find it. Come on. Yes. Okay, super excited. Super excited. Okay. Good morning. I was just searching for my other charger. Those are these needles over there. Let's see. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. Tomorrow is 4th of July. That's just super crazy that we're in July and we're already on the 4th. So today's the 3rd. Yesterday was a semi-productive but not productive day. I did finish one bag. I can't show you until sneak peeks are on Wednesday and Thursday. Um, but I was trying to finish, I was trying to start my second bag, my second bag, and I just my head. This we've been having like a lot of storms here. It's gonna storm today too. A lot of tornado warnings and all that fun jazz, but it has not cleared out that smoky haze. And my face, my head is just like, ugh, I can't. Yeah, that's like you go to the doctor's blood work. What? I said I have my sinuses are infected. Blood work. This blood work, blood work. No, not yet. I think they did all the measurements. I'm waiting for them to, there was like two people or three, I think it's two, that came in and did measurements. The second guy was super weird. Like he didn't really even measure the windows. He took pictures of everything and just was enamored with Loki. So I was like, yeah, let me call my husband real quick. This dude is super creepy. And Loki did not like him. This was the first time ever where Loki like barked and he complained the whole time this dude was in the house. So when I called Kendall when he left, like Kendall was like, "What is he complaining about?" Like he was very vocal, and I was like, "I don't think he." I'm going with Loki here because dogs are like special. They usually like everybody. If they don't like you, there's a reason. So he did not like this dude at all. So yeah, there was that. But so the first guy was really sweet. He like he could be something in some kind of comedy. Just like the happy go lucky guy. He did all the measurements of all of our windows. So we're waiting for these two people to call back and give us quotes, and then we go from there. Oh yeah, trust Loki 100%. Like I try. Well, see, Roxy is really hard to trust because I feel like she doesn't like anyone. Um, like she doesn't like she has known our post office postal worker guy since she was brought to our house. Like she barks at everyone and everything. Chick Muck runs by, she barks. But Loki, he's usually just like a happy pup. Like he just wags his tail. This was the first time I've ever seen his hackles up. I didn't think his hackles could go up. He's 2 years old now. I never seen his hackles up. Like Roxy looks like a freaking aristocrat all the time, just like frizzed out, bouncing around. But yeah, no, he was not. He was that was not the business for that one. I definitely trust Loki's instincts. So today is the day that um, I'm going to be making my Princess Leia hitchhiker. I have my I have my theme ready, all set up so that way I could take like standstill pictures and a couple of videos, because it's kind of hard to do videos and sewing at the same time with like holding one hand. So I have my stand so I can take pictures so that way I can like make a like it's just a small video on Instagram or on YouTube so you can see how it all got put together. It's easier for me to do it that way because when my kids are home on summer break, all they do is fight. All they do is fight over TV. Who they even get on video games and they play against each other and stuff and they fight. You're just like, what? So yeah, but Hope has like summer school that she's going to be starting on Wednesday, and she's kind of mad about that. She did really good. She passed all her classes. She did really good, but she got a C in math consistently this whole like whole year. This is her 8th grade year, and I really want to make sure that she gets the help that she needs. In Howard County, they have a really cool summer school program. It's only 4 hours a day, and it's from Wednesday the 5th through the 28th. So she's already going to be missing one day because Friday she's my booth buddy. So, but she's mad. She's so mad at me and Kendall because we put her in a summer program for like 20 days, not even 20 days, just to help her out so she could be even more productive. C in math is okay, but all her other grades reflect that she is an AB student. So I just want to, you know, it's that last year before every grade counts towards college. Good morning, everyone. So yeah, we're doing that. I got my little thing. I got this from Joann's. It has this like really cool light, and the reason why I got it from Joann's is because the stand can do a lot of different positions with your cell phone. So it just screws onto your tabletop. So I will be using that today. This is my first time using this one. The stand that I'm using right now, it's like it's dying, and it's okay because it's been like 2 years, but it can hold a tablet or a phone, and I want to buy it again, but at the same time I know it has its limit. Morning, Delva. So yeah, hitchhiker today. Excited. Yesterday was really cool though because Monica called me FaceTime, just like our normal stuff, but she called me like right after we did our captain log together, right? So she calls me and she's like, "Hey Nova, yeah, the karaoke was fun at the thing." And then all these people start coming to her booth. So I got to meet Beth for the first time yesterday, which she's in the sewing community. She does a lot of great YouTube tutorials, and she's just a really sweet person altogether. I'm in a lot of testing groups with her. She's a solid tester. She takes really good pictures and she gives really good feedback. Like she's not one of those testers that be like, "Oh my God, your pattern's amazing," and there's like something seriously wrong. No, if she's very vocal and like politely vocal. She is a good bag maker. I got to meet Kathy yesterday. I test for her bags too, and she is a beautiful designer. She has a bag coming out that has been top secret for a while. I can't go into it, but when you guys see the bag, you're going to be really excited about doing it. I got to meet, I already know Caleb. I seen Caleb, but it was so funny because all these people were stopping at our table, and I'm just like on the screen doing our normal FaceTime. I had no idea all these people were going to stop. It was hilarious, but Miko and Monica had a blast this weekend, and they met so many different people. They had a really cool position. They got to sit their booth was right next to Nicole from New Moxie, and you already know how I feel about Nicole. The world needs more Nicoles in it. So it was fun because that is exactly how I started doing my lives when I was at the expo, because Monica, like the very first expo she went to in Florida, she went live with me so that way I can experience stuff and see what was going on. And it just brought me back like 2 years full circle. This is exactly why I go live, because you like they're in certain locations and everyone can't go there. So at least if you can get like a bird's eye view of seeing things live, it's really cool. So they had so many vendors. I hope all these vendors come to Florida because they had some vendors that weren't there before. Like they had people that had leather, and Monica got this really beautiful roll, and I was like, "This is gorgeous." It's like this soft baby blue, and I'm like, "Yeah, I need to go there and actually check in a bag." I already know I'm going to check in a bag this time. Don't just bring your carry on. So I'm like really excited for September. Yes, very kind soul. Dalva, can you put Beth's YouTube channel on there for me, if you don't mind? Yeah, so magic. Yeah, the leather. Oh, then Kasaya did a video yesterday for one person that she forgot by accident. Printy with a Y. Oh my God. I went onto their website yesterday and they do Oxford. So it's not waterproof canvas. If you have not worked with it's like water resistant Oxford, you should. It it is amazing. It is amazing and it comes in a whole lot of prints that waterproof canvas can't come into. It's amazing. I usually get it on Etsy and I usually get it from a person that's in the UK. So I only get it maybe once a year. So when I seen Printy was there in Texas and then they do in-house prints, I was like, shut the front door. Thank you, Dalva. Um, ooh. Okay, okay, okay. That's good to know. Okay, so I want, yeah. I think that would have been the place I got stuck on and my budget would have been blown on. I'm a sucker for leather. I love leather. Like a lot. Yeah, Printy Fabric, that one. That that was the last one Kasaya did, and it has some really cute prints. I seriously want. She showed this bumblebee one, and it's prints that are gonna come out, and I'm a sucker for bee prints. I am a sucker for bee prints. I have no idea why. I'm allergic to them, but they're just gorgeous. They're magical little creatures. Ooh, I know. Okay, I can't buy anything until after this convention because there's certain things I got to pay for and get done. One, I have to the portion of the money that I get from this convention goes to back to school supplies. So I put that in my savings. So at the end of August, or we have free tax-free week. I don't know if everyone has that in their state, but there's a certain week in August where everything's tax-free for back to school shopping. That's faith. so so it's a certain week, so that's when I usually take my kids to get their clothes, not their shoes. Well, I can get Faith shoes, her feet are not growing anymore, but Hope and Kenken's feet like grow overnight. I usually get their shoes at the end of August. So I have that in my phone. I'm so upset. You have to understand, I've had the Z Fold for 2 years, right? So we paid for it. The first Z Fold had stars. I don't know if you guys remember my Captain Log. It kept having blinking out and had like star patches all over it. So we had to pay our AT&T like 175 for a replacement phone. And I was already hot because I'm like, how are they, unless they fix the problem, it's going to be the same problem. Within 3 days of having that phone, I have again the stars. So I just been like rolling with it for the past year. Like, okay, cool. I have stars all over my phone. And you can kind of see like there's like little clear things all over it. So in order, I need to get a new phone. I'm gonna throw this phone up against the wall. Like it's not letting me touch screen. It's only letting me really use the phone if I'm going using it this way. It's driving me absolutely nuts. And so I don't like payments. I've already established that with you guys. I save, pay for everything in cash. And if you, that's how I pay for my cars. That's how I pay for my equipment. I don't like payments. Debt freaks me out. Um, just childhood traumas with that. So I pay for everything in cash. I save and I save and I save and I like earmark things and wait for things to go on sale. So I'm not going to get the Z Fold anymore. I know I hear the newer ones. Mine's is a 3 and I think they're on a 5. The newer ones are better. I'm just not doing it. I'm just going to get a Galaxy. This phone is like this close to making me an Apple user. And that is telling you how frustrated I am. I'm not an Apple fan. I think it's great for the people that have it. I've always been a Samsung person. I don't do Google Pixel. I don't do any of those things, but this phone has literally, it was supposed to replace the Note, and I've had the Note since the Note came out. I've got a new one every year. I love the Note because you can use the pen feature, and I'm a doodler. I feel like people who write a lot do better with a pen in a phone because they can write things easier out, and I can put things on calendars, whatever notes that I have ideas for modifications. I use my phone like for everything. But this Z Fold has gotten me to the point where it's driving me insane. And now it's not charging. I cannot use the phone unless it's plugged into something. Um, and it's like pay $175 for the same phone again, or just get a new one. So I have to get a new phone. So basically this convention is back to school and new phone, and there's like a couple leather projects I want to do. But other than and replenish hardware. Yeah. And cork. I know you use it. I know I she's come on team iPad. Hulk smash bar. Okay, Jenny, you don't even know. Like this phone is killing me. Like there's been videos that I film because I film all my stuff on my phone or my tablet. There's been stuff that I filmed that I went through the whole thing, seen it, and then it just disappeared. I'm looking through the trash or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, this is a glitch," and I'm like, "No, this can't be a glitch. This is like 3 hours of work down the drain." It's Kindle could tell you, me and my phone are just not. And so I don't like payments, so it's either I'm going to pay for one in cash and just call it a day. I just payments freak me out. I buy my leather from Simply Classics, so that's good. I'm glad that I see all these people getting their leather from them. Yeah, it starts in August too for us, Dalva. Team Apple. I know my husband and my Faith and Kindle are Faith, Kindle, and Kinkin are Apple users. Me and Hope are Google users. I don't know. I just like Androids. I've always had an Android. I've had two iPhones in my life, and both times it just drove me absolutely nuts. I feel like it's when you have a certain phone, like for years, it's hard for you to convert over to the other one. Like I hear Android people have a hard time converting over to Samsung, like, vice versa. I just know Google like the back of my hand, and it's not Android itself that drove me nuts. It's this particular phone. And I should have known better because a fold phone is so cool an idea, but like it just did not. I mean, it did not pan out, and they're getting better. Now you see Pixel, you see Google, you see a lot of like phones having a fold one, and there's even a rumor that the next Apple one that comes out in 2024 is a fold one. The concept of it is great, but I got it in its baby conception versus waiting a few years to see they get all the bugs out before getting it. Maybe in 2 3 years time I will get another fold, but as of right now I think I'm going to do the Samsung Ultra Galaxy because if it does come with the pen, it is a bigger phone, and I don't care what the phone color is because I'm going to put a case on it, so that's moot to me. I don't even understand why that's a thing because most people are not going to put a not a case on their $1,000 phone. I'm just throwing that out, and if it's a case it covers up the color, but that's just the way my mind thinks. So yeah, I have to get those two things. So tax free, focus on the kids back to school, which there's three, and they all have really distinctive weird styles, and they all like Hope is my baby emo. Faith is like, I gotta have all the name brand stuff, and Ken is just like, I can have basketball shorts, basketball shoes, and he's just like the easiest kid to shop for. So those are the two things I'm focusing on. And the only other thing is replenishing my hardware. And I plan on doing like a live with that because someone asked me, how do I pick out stuff for my business? And I feel like I go to one place, I go through Emmeline Bags a lot to get most of the majority of my hardware. But to get to unique pieces, I do go to Bringberry once or twice a year because she does have some extremely unique hardware that I'm always intrigued with. And I actually sometimes go to Fireweed Stitch because she ships incredibly fast. Um, I do use Mormino. I use Mormino more as in like, oh snap, I don't have the 3x4, 3/4 of an inch hardware, and I'll go get her because I don't know what Lauren's team does, but if you order today, chances are it's going to be shipped out today. They're really, really fast, but I get majority of my hardware from Emmeline Bags. So, And who else? There's another person. Oh, and I do my handmade space too. Like I placed an order today. They have a lot of unique stuff, like different kind of zipper tapes. Like they have the she has like lock zippers, unlock zippers. So things that I like that are just really unique. And then she does have hardware kits, and she has a lot of hardware kits for noodlehead projects, and that's what I usually go for. And then I don't know. I just like different hardware. I like also going to New Moxie for all my color hardware. Like like when I'm trying to, people always ask me where I'm getting colored hardware at. There's two places. Three. Okay. So the first place is New Moxie. The reason why New Moxie is number one is because you can get your rivets, your purse feet, your handmade signs. You could basically get the whole bag. See, a lot of these places will have like, ooh, here's a swivel hook, here's the D-rings or whatever, but then they don't have the rivets or the nameplate. Like you can get your whole bag done in the color that you want when New Moxie. And it's not like she has two colors. She has pink, blues, orange, purples. Like she has a plethora of different colors. So that's why she's number one. The second one is Sew Your Bags, Catherine. Catherine has the whole press through too. She even has like the keychains, the for the fobs, the whole 9 yards. But she has three colors. I believe it's purple, red, and blue. And I know she's growing it more and more. I sometimes go to her because she's in New York and I'm in Maryland. So if she mails it out today, I'll have it tomorrow kind of scenario. And the last, definitely not the least, is I go through I go to through So Dolce and Ida. Why do I always mess up it? Ida Bloom, Indolove, Indolove. But Indolove's hardware is not like for the color hardware. They have the hammered one that I told you that I am absolutely in love with, except it is so expensive. So what I do is I normally don't order from them unless I have an exact bag in mind, and then I'll order their hardware. I love that hammered look, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It is the most beautiful hardware I've ever seen in my life. But it's like usually for the whole set, I think it's like 15 or $18, and it's just really expensive. You do get the rivets, you get zipper pulls, which is that is unique on its own because everyone doesn't have the zipper pulls. Zipper pulls, rivets, D-rings, sliders, and swivel hooks. And it has like this beat up hammered look. It kind of reminds me of those old copper pans that have like those dents in it. It's really gorgeous. It comes in like blue, white, this copper color that is out of this world. And they're really gorgeous. I only order it if I'm ordering actual vinyl from them, and I'll pick up one or two with an actual bag in mind. But they're absolutely gorgeous. Those are the places I get my colored hardware from, but I usually have to have a bag in mind for me to buy colored hardware. Good morning, Arnetta. Yeah. At the retreat, my phone was acting up. I just got up and talked to you guys. I haven't been on my phone and my phone's already at 91%. It just I have it on the battery save mode, the lowest resolution, on dark mode. Like it is just not the business. Yes, I have that link. She has a very soft pink. So like Nicole has like this really, really, look at how pretty this pink is. It is absolutely gorgeous. Nicole has like, and then like these I call these my stitch rivets. So I'll buy a pack from her from this, and they're like it's perfect to go with stitch. Her purple's gorgeous. I have a lot of Nicole's hardware. She has really pretty stuff. She has like a blush pink compared to like a hotter pink, and so I'll show you what they look like. She's a one, like that's the reason why I go to Nicole's, because you can get so many different colors and great quality and fast shipping, and they come in pretty tins and stuff. Look at it. So you got this beautiful hot pink, which I call this my Aristocat pink. So because I use these when I make Marie bags, and I use these when I usually make Sailor Moon or just like something softer. So it's really good hardware, nice weight, not too heavy, and that's something that you need to keep in mind. So like I got a request for I got plastic on my face. I had a request for a park sling, right? And if you made the park sling bag uh for so sweetness, then you know it there's a small and a large. The large my husband wears proudly. My son loves the large, whatever. I always use foam on this. Someone asked me to make it with them for Decaville Light. That bag was so heavy from foam to Decaville Light. It became so heavy with nothing in it. And then that's when I also think about hardware. I believe hardware comes in like different weights too. Some hardware is heavier than the other, but heavier doesn't necessarily mean good or bad. Um, I have a tendency of for an everyday bag trying to have people wear like a little bit lighter hardware. Like I like the hardware from Sally Tomatoes because it's a little bit more dainty, but it's solid. You can't rip it, you can't pull it apart. And I feel like Nicole's is in between Sally Tomatoes and Emmeline bags. So it's just right. It's that middle it's that middle thing. It's not too heavy and it's not too light. So just keep that in mind when you're like doing bags. Like if someone has like shoulder or back issues, the more we add to our bag can add weight to the bag. And you don't want your bag to be super heavy before they put anything in it. This is one reason why I'm a very big advocate for foam because foam is light and airy, therefore makes the bag light and airy. Decaville Heavy and Decaville Light is extremely heavy in a bag. I'm not saying I don't use it in a bag, like I'm going to be using some today, but just keep that in mind because when people pick up my bags, they either say, "Oh, that's lighter," or "This is heavier than I expected," or like just these are things that for small shops or people who are giving gifts or just whatever you're doing with your bag making, just keep that in mind that your interfacings and your hardware can make your bag a lot heavier than it's supposed to be. It's very interesting because when I picked up two Speedwells, one I actually am gonna have Kendall weigh it because one feels like 2 times heavier than the foam, and I'm just like, "That's crazy." It did work good. You're right. My phone did work good for the maps. My map person is really cool. Like I didn't like he's a cool guy. He's a cool cat, but like, that's the only thing I can say about it. I haven't got anything from Printy Fabrics yet. I have stuff in my cart and after I find out what I make this weekend, then I will assess the situation and order. There is another. If you go up, there is new. Oh, thank you, Devil put the new Moxie one, but for print Pinky, Printy fabrics. There's a link above as well as the leather place. Hey, Leslie. Yeah, I like the little gifts that she gives, and I love her tens. Her tens just like literally remind me of my Avalita, and I keep all of them. I cherish every single one of them until a kid tries to grab one and take it. They do that. Oh, I could put my jewelry in it. Oh, I could put this in it. And you're just like, they're not for you. I didn't order. They didn't say to hope. It didn't say to hope or faith or oh yeah, I got the miniature tin, like the cookie tin. Oh my god, it's like one of my favorite things. I'll say all my favorite little notions that are not used for sewing are in my first drawer of my sewing room, and it's just like things that I love to collect and make me smile. Ooh. Okay, yeah, well, I mean, all you have to do is look to see there might be a pattern for it. Just, I like definitely like look to see what style bag it is. Like if it looks like a Lola, like look for a Lola that has a sash in Swoon or in Creative Bag Making or so whatever. You'll be surprised what people are like modifying things. I feel better. Yesterday was a rough day though. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at that. I know she said that she's gonna have that she has Princess she didn't bring there. I do remember that part. My baby yoga mug. Isn't it cute? um, So, yeah, today I have a lot of I have to cut out, quilt, and put together. The thing about the hitchhiker is it doesn't take a long time to put together. It takes a long time to cut out, and it takes a long time for me to like measure out the straps perfectly, like perfectly. And this is the first time I'm making the small one, so I'm kind of intimidated because the smaller the bag, every detail matters because once stitches out of place, someone's going to notice it. But yeah, you're home. Yeah, they're Yoda ears. They're on a Yoda mug. So at first I was like, this is kind of am I drinking from his head? I mean, what is going on here? um yeah, I'm glad that you're back from your blood vampire excursions. My blood person is like across the street. So I'm usually like if I have a 7 o'clock appointment, I'm like back home by like 7:15. It's pretty awesome. um so yeah, I have that. I have all the hardware. I'm going to be cutting out some intricate pieces. I'm just trying to figure out if I want to do like I'm using white cork, and in my head I want to use white thread to do the quilting. So it's like white on white so that the rose gold really stands out. But then I have rose gold thread too. And I'm like, should I do it all white with rose gold thread for the quilting and it could pop out too? But I feel like if I do that, it's going to take away from the hardware. So yeah, that's what I'm dealing with at the moment. Brain flavor. Yeah. What kind of coffee are you drinking? Baby Yoda brains. It's the stuff of champions. May the force be with you. So I'm really oh, thank you. It does help the channel out a lot, Jenny. Thank you so much for reminding everyone. So yeah, I have oh yeah. She has like a lot of cool hardware. And did you see she had like if you went to Nashville, she had a special Nashville, Tennessee. Uh she has like a Nashville, Tennessee zipper. I think it's really cool because basically everywhere she's going, she's making a special pull for that area. And like they could be collectors. Like you can put like a little note like this is from 2023 Nashville or this is 2023 Dallas and just put them up. I like collecting weird stuff. So like what I'm trying to get my for myself for my birthday, my husband just shook his head and walked out of the room, right? All right, if you know me, then you know that I love Lord of the Ring, the whole entire thing. I listen to the books on tape if I'm working, or I'll sit there and watch it. Like so, when my head was hurting yesterday, I wanted to watch The Hobbit. It's to the point where I can like say every line in it now. Um, but I've never seen the extended version, and it was on HBO Max. So I'm like stoked. And he's like, "That is 3 hours and 30 minutes, Genova." And then I fell asleep on it when we were supposed to watch the episode of Witcher. I was so tired. so, um, so I'm watching the extended version, and I'm like, I wonder if they have Gandalf's staff because I collect wands and I collect sabers. I was like, I wonder if they have Gandalf's staff. So I'm like going into the Noble collection because if you collect Harry Potter wands, like the ones that we get that are not from Universal Studios are usually the Noble collection or they're a private person that makes it. But the Noble collection is interactive with the Harry Potter universe if you go to Universal Studios. So lo and behold, they have it. I'm like, I know what I want for my birthday. And he's like, you just want to do it so you can say you shall not pass. I'm like, rightfully so. I have 3 little dragons that are always trying to come in my room and 2 little minions who are always trying to take fabric, swirl around and make a mat and lay in it. So yeah, I feel like this is normal. Just like I'm trying to have I'm he's gonna put my door knockers back on my doors. I have like door knockers for Labyrinth. Like my room is very whimsical. Whenever I have a friend come over, they're just like, you like to collect a lot of toys. I'm like, yeah, I do. And they're mine. they're mine. I feel like it's the same thing if a guy collects baseball cards, football cards, or whatever, or miniatures. I collect things that make me happy. So this is why The Labyrinth is my favorite movie because I can actually relate to Sarah. Like her room was all like dolls, toys, jewelry, for her to cosplay basically to and to act in. If you came in my room, you'll be like, "What the hell?" Like I have things that people don't even think of, like one of my book series I like to read is Discovery of Witches. I read that since the day it came out, and I just think it was phenomenal. And the TV series was good too. But I actually have Ashmole 782. Like, and I have it where it has a 6 pages in it that they describe in it. Like I had someone in Italy make it for me. So I like weird stuff. I'm not a jewelry person. I make my own bags. So and I like shoes, but I do like unique things that I can collect, but I normally don't want it like from like the lightsaber from Hasbro. I want it to be like somebody made it from a small business shop. I don't know why. It's just something I like to collect. Yeah, it is super humid. And I am like post nasal drip. I'm like, please don't have no voice on Friday. Because what happens is my voice gets gradually deeper when I get post nasal drip. And then instead of losing my voice, I just sound like I'm a baritone. And it's super not cute. It's super, you'll be like, what is wrong with her? I know. I like mugs. I like mugs too. I like mugs and I like to collect. The nerdier the better. I Most of my coffee mugs are Star Wars affiliate somehow. Like there's something with Star Wars and I like to collect patches too. I don't know what it is. If I'm on Etsy, if I'm on eBay, or if I'm just like in a store and they have like a weird patch, I'll buy it. I don't know why. Because everyone's like, "Oh, where did you get your patches?" I'm like, "I get them all over." Like all over the place. That's why I'm super happy about the sublimation because now I can like use my creative side and like make faux patches and put it on bags instead of having ones that can actually rip off. Hey, from Russia. Um, yeah, so that's all I'm doing today is I'm going to work on this and hopefully I can finish it. I only collect weird, like I can't just like everything I have in my room, I have like some weird sentimental reason for it. Like I also collect sewing books. If someone comes out with a book and if I can get the signature, then I will get it. I'm not like what's really weird is I don't collect signatures. Like, okay, I know that sounds weird. Book signing is different for me than having like my picture with like some supernatural people and then we're all like, yeah, whatever. I don't do that. I think it's always cool when people do take pictures and do signatures. And I love it when someone takes my bag and gets their bag signed by someone. But I don't do that. I don't know. I'm Star Wars, Harry Potter. Like looking at my room, I have a little bit of everything. Like I have floating lanterns on my ceiling from Tangled. I have clouds that actually turn into storms on my ceiling. I'm just a very if you came over, you'd just be like Shinova is she is Sarah from Labyrinth. That she likes to collect unique. I'm Sarah from Labyrinth. I didn't even notice I was wearing this. Yeah, I do. I believe in voting for a Hoggle and Ludo for 2024. um, I just like my t-shirts. Basically, how you see my t-shirts this is how my room is. Like I have like a very small, sophisticated fabric section. Most of my section is like something Disney, something Star Wars, something Marvel, something DC. Like it just that's who I am. I have a bigger baby collection of stuff because I do get like a lot of people requesting baby bags for me. So I do have like, this is how much I love you, like just like the normal one, so that way I can add a book to it. Oh yeah, if you make a baby bag for someone, try to make it with a fabric, a nursery fabric that matches the book. It's such a cute gift to give. Like so you give them the baby bag and then you give them the book and then like you sign it like to your baby from, blah 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 from 2024. I like signatures in books. No, I did not see that. Lynette, I did not see that. I love cosplaying. My dream cosplay, I made Lydia Dietz. red wedding dress when she did marry Beetlejuice, but I really want to make Sarah's ballroom gown. But there's two things that have to happen. One, I need to lose weight. Two, I need like $1,000 because everything that I've seen mapped out on that dress had the lace alone is ridiculous. I took pictures of it. I've been to Jim Henson's like museum thing, and I took pictures of the labyrinth dress. The beadwork on the last layer of clothing, like the ones that's on the top, is ridiculously expensive. Her corset is all hand beaded. It will take me a year to make easily. And I don't want to have to do any adjustments from when I start to when I finish. Like I like making corsets, but I am not the best after you make the corset to do any adjustments. It's really, really hard when you have metal boning and everything in it. There's my tailor skills and my corset skills only go so far. I like blue porcelain. It's really pretty. Yeah, I don't think I have a fabric problem actually. I feel like it is a hobby in within itself, and I like collecting fabrics. I mean, because this is how I make people's dream bag. They'll be like, "Oh, like I had someone like, do you have anything with Breakfast and Tiffany?" And I'm like, "Why? Yes, I do. I do have some Breakfast and Tiffany fabric." And so I made their dream bag because that's their favorite movie. So I think that's my niche. Like I get my niche is finding other people that like things that are nerdy or have like a favorite movie and they want a bag out of it, and that's what I do. Yes, you are a curator. This is absolutely, I mean, we're doing this for the cause. Yeah. I like collecting I like collecting mugs. I get really pretty mugs from like everywhere. But I'm not gonna lie, I do roam the Disney. I did the Disney mugs all the time. I don't know why. If I go to the Disney store, I'm in like the mug section like no one's business. I'm like, what do they have? And I always look for some Jack Skeleton mugs because my favorite movie of all time is Labyrinth. My favorite animated movie of all time is Nightmare Before Christmas. My favorite romantic movie is Princess Bride. So like I have like these certain categories that if I see something in it, it's over. And I'm also a person that I do collect books, and I also like to commission people to bound my books in leather. I don't know why. I don't know. And if I can get a book signed by an author, like it literally makes me super excited. Like it's like the best feeling. Which is crazy. Okay, so like one of the authors I love, don't judge me. I love Nora Roberts. First of all, she's been in the game longer than I've been alive. Second of all, she has this really cool formula and she's bad. Like she has over 2,000 books or something like that. And it's crazy. So she lives in Maryland. She literally has two book sightings a year in Boonesboro, which is an hour and a half away from me, roughly. It's not, I drive slower than Kindle. So probably with Kindle's driving, it's like an hour. So um, she has book signings, and I've never got any of my books signed from her. And I'm like, there's a lot of authors that live in Maryland that have like they have like different book events, and I have not been there, but I love getting books signed. I have, even though she shall now be named, I have all of the original series of Harry Potter first edition signed by J.K. Rowling. I have my Games of Thrones books signed by George R. R. Martin. Like I like getting book signs. The only one I haven't been able to track down is Patrick Ruffus because my favorite book is The Name of the Wind, which I know I talked about, but I found out yesterday when I'm like scrolling through Audibles about what I'm going to read today or listen today. He has a mini book coming out in August, and it's supposed to be off of his shade, his person Bass. And I am about to lose my ever living mind because it's about freaking time we got something from him. Okay. I'm waiting for King Chronicle 3 like nobody's business. I'm a book I'm a book person too. I collect books. Oh, okay. Yeah, the briefcase. I mean, you could look at the Hitchhiker. You could look at, if you're looking for a briefcase style, I really believe that Country Cow's new bag can be turned into a briefcase like very easily. It's very structured. Um, if you're looking for like a doctor's bag, there's a couple. There is Lisa Lamb's doctor's bag. There is Mrs. H has a doctor's bag that has a frame in it. I believe Serial Bag Maker has a bag that has a frame in it as well. That's a doctor's bag. There's a couple different patterns for that one. For briefcase styles, Hitchhiker is no longer available, but a good alternative is either Swoon's Brooklyn or Mrs. Or Country Cow's new bag. I forgot the name of the new bag, but they could be turned into a briefcase. Any bag that looks like a box could be turned into a briefcase. It's just about modifications on the outside. Oh yeah, I think I don't know. I just like mug. Well, right now I'm really liking Corksicles mugs because it keeps your water or your tea or your coffee hot or cold, whatever it is, for hours. So, because I'm notorious for like making some tea, putting it down, getting really hyper focused, and then like 2 hours later, I'm like, oh yeah, Luke cold warm tea, like great. Yeah, dude, seriously, Jenny. But there's a new book coming out. Like, so, like, go into Audible or go into Amazon, and he has Bass's book, which I know that's just a little bone for us. But the way the second book started, you immediately know about Bass, but you don't know where he came from or why he's there. Like, Bass is in the first book, but you don't know why he's there. So, I'm curious about him. I like the book about Ari, but I'm one of those weird people that like you throw me a bone off of a book series, I'm going to devour it. I know. I also need Scott Lynch to work on the fourth one of Gentlemen Bastards because that is I don't understand. I literally okay, so HBO, if you ever watch me, can you please make Name of the Wind or the Gentlemen Bastards into a TV series. I feel like it would be the next Games of Thrones and everybody would be on it. Because I think if someone like HBO took Name of the Wind, people are not understanding. We get kind of like a Harry Potter theme to it, but better. So, I mean, do adults mess them up in the book just like Harry Potter? 100%. But we're dealing with we're dealing with someone that kind of knew they were special from like birth. Yeah, I know, dude. And Patrick Ruffus doesn't look like he's the fittest person. So there's that too. That's how I feel about George R. R. Martin, though, too. Like, you said after Game of Thrones and 2 years ago that you would have the other books. Where are they? Where are they? Because I would like to see how you make it different. Okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. These authors though, I mean, see, the thing is that I would think they would learn from The Wheel of Time. That book series is massive, but then unfortunately the author passed away and then Brandon Sanders like started taking over it. So and he did a good job, but you could tell the writing style is different. And this happened again too with Tolkien. We didn't get to finish one of his books. We have like a half a book and I don't know. Like, I know it has to be incredibly hard to write because you're trying. Like, I feel like it's incredibly difficult, and I can't even fathom the idea of writing something because you're gonna have people like me that are like pressuring you to hurry up and come out. But if the book is crappy, then they're gonna judge you. So I feel like it's a hard job to do. I don't. That was like my. I don't know what the heck Faith just did. But yeah, so I'm waiting for impatiently for these authors. I am getting into I do chick lit and I do romantic comedy books, but they have to be like literally funny and not something that's going to traumatize me. So like like I can't do like that author that has a book movie that's coming out that everyone's telling me to read, the Colleen Hoover. I can't do it. No, I did make a bag yesterday. I just can't show you guys the bag until Wednesday or Thursday. It's from Backstitch, and they came out really cute. One of them was one of them I could tell you I did the Elvira from Bent Needle, and that bag always gets the best of me. Like for some reason, I have the hardest time, and I finished it and did it, and I'm really proud of myself. Like I actually really like this bag. I've only made this bag one other time, and I don't know, something about the coffin shaped bag is really difficult for me to do, but I think I did a pretty good job. There would be things that I would redo now doing it again for the second time, but that's part of our jobs. We get better each time we make something. And I did make another 82% Betty Buller. So, and that I went out of my comfort zone, and I did with a lot of color, and I also used some spike hardware again. I'm really feeling spikes right now. So that's what I did yesterday, but I can't show it to you yet. But if you go into Backstitch Fabric, you can see people doing sneak peeks of the fabric itself, and then we're going to start showing our bags to the masses on Wednesday. So no, I'm going to probably be getting off right now, so that way I can start the hitchhiker and I can show it to you guys tomorrow. I'm really excited about doing that. I'm nervous, but I'm excited because it's a smaller one. I've never made it. So wish me luck, and I will talk to you guys mañana, okay? Bye.